I've graded over 1,000 student web assignments, and one of the biggest mistakes I see again and again is using HTML tables for layout. In this video, I'll show you what tables are actually meant for and how to avoid doing this mistake completely. Here's what you're gonna learn in this chapter. First, we'll understand what HTML tables are actually for. Then, we'll build a table step by step, starting from the basic structure. We'll look at how to add more data and how to clearly describe tables using captions and header scopes. After that, I'll show you how to merge cells correctly using colspan and rowspan. By the end of this video, you will learn how to create tables that are actually correct, readable, and accessible. So let us open VS Code. Segment 1. What are tables for? Before we write any code, let's clear something up. HTML tables are meant for data, information that belongs in rows and columns. Things like student grades, product pricing, schedules, and comparisons. Tables are not for layout. If you are positioning elements on a page, that's actually flexbox, CSS, or grid. Segment 2. Basic table structure. Before we start creating tables, let me just quickly go ahead and open a new folder and create a new project. Let me create it on my desktop and name it as tables. And then we are going to create a new file and I'll name it as index.html. Now I'll create a boilerplate and I'll give the title as tables. Now let's discuss tables. Every table starts with a table tag. Inside a table, we define rows using table row. Inside each row, we'll add cells such as headers and data. Let us try creating them right now. So I'm going to open a table tag. Inside that, I'll create a table row and then a table head such as name, subject, and then marks. And let me just go live to see how it looks like. There you go, you have the table head. And we have noticed that the table's head are always bold, and you'll also notice that when I created a table row, what it does is it creates a first row. And table head can be considered as a column. So the more data you add, the more columns it's going to create. Let me just go ahead and create another row. And inside this, I'll just go ahead and add data such as the name of a student, let's say John, and then let's say the subject math, 85 marks, and I'll save it and I'll open the browser. And there you go, you see that a new row has been created with the data name John Math 85. So as you can see, the more data we add, the more columns it's gonna generate. Let's try that. Pause. Save. As you can see, a new column has been generated. Although it doesn't have any heading because in the head we only have 3 columns, but in the data we have 4 columns. That's why it's expanded. Let me erase this for now so that it's properly organized and structured. Now, let me just go ahead and add another row. Now, you'll also notice that there are no borders that has been created. By default, table looks plain, and that's totally okay. Because when you add borders and spacing, that is something which we do directly from CSS. But for now, just to make it visually appealing, what we are going to do is we are going to just add some borders over here and some padding. All right, let me add some border and cell padding. Now, as you can see that it has created one border line. What cell padding means that there is a space that has been created between the content and the border. We are going to discuss more about cell padding, cell margin, all those stuffs later in the CSS course. But for now, I'm just adding some border and cell padding so that we can see the structure of the table in our browser. And as we know that this is just for visual preview, not a best practicing style, okay? Because styling always comes with CSS. Segment 3, adding more rows. So like I said earlier, if you want to add more rows, you create more rows, right? And let's say I add details such as Mary. And I'll save this file and open it in my browser. And as you can see that, a new row has been created again with the data, Mary, English, and 89. Segment 4, caption and accessibility. This is where many students lose marks because of accessibility. Tables should always explain what kind of data they contain. That's why we are going to use this caption tag and let the user know that this is a student exam score. It has generated the name of the table. And we can also add a scope. And I'll save my file and open the browser. The caption is read by the screen readers before the table content. We can also improve clarity by adding scopes to headers, and that's what we have done right now. And this actually tells assistive technologies exactly how data is connected. Small changes which we cannot see in the browser presently, but it has a big impact when it comes to assistive technologies. Segment 5, merging cells. Now let's look at the common real-world requirement. Sometimes you want one cell to span multiple columns. That's where colspan comes in. So what I'll do is I'll just change the name from John to Mary, and I'll create a new table row and give the data as total, and then another data as, let's say the marks would be, when we add them together it will give us 264. And once we save it and see it in the browser, as you can see that we have the first column and the second column, we don't have the third column. But again, this 264 has to be in the third column, and the first column and the second column has to be merged together. Therefore, I'm going to lock in my first column over here and say colspan 2, because two columns has to be merged together. And save it, and there you go. As you can see, it says the total of 264. And that's what colspan does. It takes the columns together and merges them horizontally. But when we talk about the rowspan, what it does is it works vertically across the rows. So let's say in this instance we have 3 Mary over here. So it will be better if we merge them together, right? So what I'll do is I'll just get rid of this and this. And I'll create some space over here. The reason is so that my data looks more organized. And I'll just say rowspan 3. Save it, and there you go in my browser. Now as you can see that the name Mary has been merged into 3 rows, and we have the total merged into 2 columns to generate the total marks. Now we use this colspan and rowspan only when the data logically belongs together, not always. Segment 6, real use cases. So now you might think, when should you use tables? Tables are used anytime when you are displaying structured data such as grades, prices, schedules, and comparison. If it's layout, don't use table, because layout is always structured by CSS. If it's data, tables are perfect. Segment 7, practice challenge. Now let's do a quick practice, something slightly different from what we just built. Create a new file called timetable.html. Your challenge would be to add a caption called weekly class timetable, and add columns such as day, time, and subject, and add at least 4 rows of data. Use either colspan or rowspan to represent a class that spans multiple time slots. And lastly, add the scope attributes to all the header cells. Finally, save your file and open it in your browser to check if it works. Segment 8, wrap up and what's next. Awesome work, guys. You now know how to use HTML tables properly and semantically. If this video really helped you avoid a common beginner mistake, consider subscribing. This series builds step by step, and the next chapter is where things get really interactive. In chapter 7, we are going to learn about HTML forms, wherein we'll discuss about inputs, labels, and how users send data to your website. So take a quick stretch, and I'll see you in the next chapter. Thank you.